What's up, you guys? This video is sponsored by Crystal of Atlan, an upcoming free-to-play action MMORPG. Set to launch globally on May 28th, Crystal of Atlan features a smooth and dynamic combat system that incorporates aerial combo attacks. With all 11 classes being available at the start, players can choose from unique subclasses and various skill combinations that will suit their playstyle. And yes, all 11 classes will be available without needing to swipe. The game also offers co-op style dungeons for gear progression, as well as competitive 1v1 and 3v3 equalized PvP, depending on the type of content you enjoy. Honestly, I had an absolute blast during the precursor test with my roommate Saint. We were quite surprised by how polished the game truly felt. The response time was very smooth, and I found myself staying up till like 5 a.m. because the arena PvP was just so much fun. Crystal of Atlan will be multi-platform, including console, so everyone should be able to participate. So if you are interested, right now you can pre-register using the link below and receive exclusive launch rewards, as well as enroll yourself in other various giveaways. There will also be a link down below for those of you that want to play alongside of me. You can join my fleet and also earn additional rewards. So I guess that goes without saying, I'll definitely be playing the game at launch, and a big thank you to Crystal of Atlan for sponsoring this video. Will Chrono Odyssey be successful? My thoughts. See what he says in here. Kanon's hair is crazy right now.
Right now, everyone has seen the updated gameplay and new info recently.
Did you guys watch the producer interview of Chrono Odyssey?
Released by the producer of Chrono Odyssey. It's kind of crazy how much pre-hype there is.
Like 5 times, 4 times. For those of you guys that watched the producer interview, what do you guys think about it? Looks amazing. Looks like BDO 2025. Crap. Does it actually look crap, to be honest? I'm scam. I want to know why you think it looks bad. I'm just curious. What about it looks crap though? Pyramid scheme. What? Looks good, but I'm not sold if it will flow well or actually be enjoyable to play. That's fair. Korean New World. Yeah, definitely looks like Korean New World.
Is for this game right now, and the hype just got even bigger post-interview. Naturally, a lot of you guys are wondering one simple thing. Will this game actually be successful? Fortunately for you guys, within the next month, not only will we have more information surrounding the game revealed, but a lot of you guys, well, assuming a lot, will
like this looks super nice to me.
Be able to test the game out for yourselves via the beta test. However, this upcoming beta test is limited and will only showcase the early game, which is pretty consistent with what the NDA testers had experienced a while back. I can confirm that the game was indeed well received by the NDA testers, and it'll be interesting, really interesting, to see how good the game actually feels, looks, and performs when the masses are involved. But let's talk expectations. I think it's really important to manage expectations here.
This is 100% Kanon's video. Kanon's gonna hate for saying this. This is Kanon's video to go, if there's something wrong, for him to go, this is like Lost Ark respects your time, but then this is the backup clause. This is Kanon's backup clause. Can you confirm? I enjoyed the, I could say this, I enjoyed the test. It's just, it was a short test. You know what I mean? It was a short test. So it's like, well, you guys will get to play what I had played, right? But it's a short test. It's not, you don't know if a game is good till you put in, like for sure the launch will always be fun, but like you don't know if it's good till like you get to a point where you experience a lot of the end game grind and like gearing and raids, or you know what I mean? Like you're not going to get that sense. If you'll get an idea of the game, but you won't get like, it's, you know what I mean? For example, I'll give you a great example. I played Diablo 4. The beginning of Diablo 4, I really liked it, right? But then when I got to the end point of Diablo 4, no, I liked it. I can say that I liked it, but I'm just giving you like the honest truth. Like there's no way for you to know. It's this, I told you this before. It's the same thing about Path of Exile 2. People got to play Path of Exile 2 and they played the first couple of acts, right? And there are literally people saying that this is the greatest ARPG of our lifetime. It's going to revolutionize the genre. It's going to be all of these things. And they build it up super hard. You watch the same videos that I watched, right? But then when you got to the end game, there were a lot of things that they needed to fix. There were a ton of things. The tower system feeling bad, the loot system feeling bad, getting blown up in, you know what I mean? It's like, you don't know, like you're not going to know till you put in that time to figure it out. But if you just go based on like that short period, it's not going to give you a good feel. So like for me, it's probably like the dumbest thing about me now. I'll be honest with you guys. This is an internal battle I've had for a long time, because me as a person, like as a streamer, it's in my benefit always to just be a fucking hype rider, right? Because you guys know how, you know what I mean? Like, because people are just going to move on and forget. So I should be like, this shit's fucking lit, and I'm excited to play, because if I'm neutral on something and I'm reserved, it's actually bad, because then it's like it's boring. It's like almost boring to be reserved, because it's not riding on the reason why I was super excited about Lost Ark is I genuinely loved my experience playing it on RU. Like it wasn't fake. Like, I was super happy to play. I loved the game. I really enjoyed my experience. It was way different at that time. It was way easier to gear. I had a really organic experience. There wasn't a bunch of guides. I didn't have 6 alts. I wasn't running. I was enjoying the version that I enjoyed. It was like, and I was excited about it. And the vibe of the game was different. Yeah, I was doing PvP at the time. I loved the game. The content was, I was doing PvP. I was doing PvE. I loved it. So like, that was my genuine feel, right? And I had played through it. You know what I mean? Like I did a bunch of the end game bosses that were I did every boss that was available at the time. I got to Brel before launch came out, and I did it. So I got to experience the whole game. So now it's like on a lot of these other games, I have this fucking boring opinion where it's like, it sucks. And I wish, I don't know, maybe I just chill the fuck out. You know what I mean? Because it's not good. But like my reserved opinion is like, it's the truth. It's like, you guys aren't going to know if something is good. And what I can confirm is that something will come out and you're going to be very excited to play it. And you're going to love a lot of the new features that you experience versus the game that you're currently playing. And you're going to love a lot of like the combat, the graphics, the world. Like you're going to be like, dude, this is so sick, right? But then as you put more time into something, then you're going to figure out like the truth about different things of the game. That just happens with every game. But like with a lot of these tests, like you don't get to figure that out. So what I don't like about game releases nowadays is that people like build them up so hard that it's like destined to crash, because people build it up so fucking hard because you're excited. You know what I mean? Like you're genuinely excited to play something new, and you really want it to do well. Like you want this, for some people, like I want this to be the game for me, right? And so because of that, you build it up, and then the creators build it up, and then the videos come out and they build it up. And then it creates this like unrealistic expectation that it will never live up to. You know what I mean? And I know that's boring. And it sucks for me, bro. Look, I don't know what to do. Like, how do I approach this as an MMO streamer? Like, do I go into them and fucking just chill it up or whatever? Or do I try to be more reserved? And do I want the title of being the more like fair, reserved person? That's boring, I feel like, you know? Versus like other people, I feel like, I'm not even downing other people. They could also be genuinely excited as well. I think it has to be organic. Like if you really like something, then you would really like it, whatever, you know? But for me, I'm always reserved. I try not to build something up too much. I try to just go into it for the launch. I try to tell people, yeah, you should play it for the launch because that's going to be the most fun period of the game. And then if it's great afterwards, then continue playing it, right? It's tough, bro. It's really tough, you know?
Here, and I'm starting to see some of these go wild. Am I personally excited about this game? Stoked. But I'm stoked about the possibilities and potential of this game. I'm not stoked because I think this game is a guaranteed lock, because there are still some major question marks surrounding this game. So let's set these expectations straight. First off, the game being well received and having positive feedback is based off of an early test of the game, not a fully finished endgame ready version. There were still plenty of areas where the game could be improved and needed to be improved.
This shit looks crazy though, no? Like this shit looks insane. This shit just dead ass looks fucking crazy, bro. It's
without
like,
saying, Kakao literally said they were implementing changes based off of the feedback given
like
from
this shit too, bro. Like this is the shit that gets me. Like if you want like me to like get excited and it's this shit. Like I want to play a game that just looks fucking insane. Just I want to experience that, right? Because all MMOs, they just look so old now. And so to get like one that looks fucking super nice, it's just like, bro, that's like my immersion. You know what I mean? I am a graphics guy, bro. I want to play like new looking stuff. Cause I'm constantly playing like old MMOs, and I just want to experience something like Now, obviously, I hope it runs well and everything's it's smooth when there's a bunch of people playing and stuff. Obviously, all of those things are super important. Like, who fucking knows how the game's gonna run when there's fucking hundreds of thousands of people playing? I have no fucking idea. But when I look at this, I'm like, dude, this is so fucking sick, right? It just looks so nice. TL looks good. Honestly, TL does sometimes, like some parts TL looks bad, but yeah, that was one of the appeals I had about Throne. I remember just sitting like on like a fucking cliff side and I would just stare at my PC. And I'm like, bro.
The test. The positive outlook and excitement from the testers stem from the overall attitude and communication from Kanon and Chrono Studios, but more importantly, the canvas of the game was solid, and the game looks to have a ton of potential. Now, I am still under NDA, of course, but I feel like what I mentioned is obvious, and it goes without saying. There are so many people that want to know if this game is going to be the future, and the reality is that no one has the answer to that question yet, because no one has experienced two major components that could effectively make or break the game: end-game content and how polished and bug-free this game will be on the live servers.
I mean, he's right. Again, no one has the answer. Like I said, I can tell you that what we played was limited, right? No one knows. No one actually knows. There are some like really important details that we got to find out about, like things that you guys will definitely find out those important details. There were some like really important ones that you guys want to know about that will get revealed, I'm sure, at some point. But as far as like, again, the content that was available, it was limited for sure.
Of course, you have the monetization factor as well as other things, but we'll save that for another video. At the end of the day, I don't give a shit whether it's Kakao, NCSoft, or Blizzard. I just want a fun game to play, and fun is different for everyone. I get the pessimists, I get the realists, I get that the likelihood of the next MMO being a flop is very high. Some of you guys that are watching this video may be a sub, or you may be a hater. Where we all find common ground, though, is that we all hope to finally play a good goddamn MMO. For me, it's simple. If the game has potential, the canvas is good, and thematically, it's what I'm personally interested in as a gamer, then yes, I'm excited. Yes, I hope it does really well. And no, I'm not sure whether or not it's going to be a home run, but I hope it is. Now, some of you guys may ask me why I seem to be more skeptical when it comes to Blue Protocol Star Residence than I am to Chrono Odyssey. To be honest, both games are in the same boat when it comes to the big question mark that is the endgame. The difference, though, is that Blue Protocol already died once because of their endgame. Chrono is a brand new game with no history of being shut down because of a god-awful endgame.
I actually don't know. I feel like if a game has already died and gone through its Phoenix phase, where it's been reborn, and they can correct a lot of those things, I still don't know if Tencent actually did buy it, right? They did buy it to confirm, because it is a different publisher. I think Tencent's been fucking cooking some shit, though. I feel like going through a release of something and then dying and then coming back and like taking that feedback is probably a huge benefit, right? Because you got to release it and see what people say about that. You know what I mean? At the same time, I think what's the best about this game is that it at least will be a Korean MMO that is not going to be one of those Korean MMOs that gets released in Korea and then you wait for 6 months. I hate that, bro. I hate it. I hated that about Throne. It's so annoying. It's like, I hate that. When the game comes out and then everyone knows exactly what to fucking do. They know all of the gearing. They've min-maxed all of the builds. They know exactly what to do. All the dungeons are solved. All the raids are solved. There's this Korean MMO event. It sucked about Lost Ark 2. Now, granted, I got to take advantage of that, but it does suck. It's still boring. It still makes things not as exciting. The only benefit to that is at least you can have this pipeline of content that's released. Does that make sense? Like they already have all of this shit lined up for you, so you know you got a little bit of a roadmap ahead of you. Like, okay, we got all this content to come at some point. That's like the only benefit to that.
So yeah, of course I'm going to be more skeptical about the game that got shut down once already. Even if it does seem to be completely redesigned, I'm still skeptical. But I assure you, I am pulling for Blue Protocol as well. I really genuinely hope it's going to be good, and if it is, I'm for sure going to be playing it. In short, to answer the question of the video title, will Chrono be successful? Based off of my experience with the game, along with the other things that I know that I can't talk about, yes, I think it has a chance, an actual decent chance to be a success. However, due to the fact that I have not actually experienced the endgame firsthand and have no idea how competent this new Chrono Studios team will be
really good,
at maintaining a relatively bug-free experience, I genuinely don't know.
What do you guys gauge as a success? What is a success in an MMO standard? I mean, what does successful mean? I actually don't even know. Can anyone even give me what Maple Story? Well, that's really easy to achieve for, I think, a new MMO launch. Lost Ark launch. I mean, I feel like that, by the way, is like super in the bag. 100%. If you mean a big launch, I mean, that's a lock. 100%. What do you think success means? 100K concurrent after a year. That's tough. That's fair though. That's tough. 100K after a year. That I would say that's really successful. 100K after a year is really successful. I think that's like, yeah, Lost Ark got the COVID factor. I think an Unreal Engine 5 MMO, dude, every MMO that comes out bangs. The only one where guys, like Throne had what, 300,000 or something? And that game had the worst marketing in terms of like people shitting on it like crazy before it came out. I mean, there were so many videos of Throne got shit on before it came out. Like bad, you know? So yeah, I wouldn't say it was DOA, but like it just got shit on too much. You know, it was just shit on way too much. I mean, it was a fair criticism. I'm not saying it wasn't, but the reputation of the game before it even came out was pretty bad. Yeah, I think if after a year you can have 50,000 users, I think that's pretty good. I know that's like, 100K would be insane. But 50K after a year?
No, it's in the air. The fact that it has a chance to be, though, is more than enough for me to get excited. And honestly, that's good enough for me right now. And with all that out the way, I know a lot of you guys are still hungry for more juice. Fortunately for you guys, there is still more juice to come. So be sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out. I assure you, you're not going to want to miss out. Don't forget to like for the algo gods. And I'll see you guys in the next video.
It's a good video. It's a good video. Can't about to juice it up. Yep. There it is. There it is. I have to worry. The worry I have is the lack of PvP. I mean, to be completely honest with you, I think that is the least worrisome worry to have. I'll be real with you. Like, you personally might not like it, but I don't think an MMO lives or dies on PvP at all. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that's the reason why, right? Like, what really is going to matter, I would say, is like the number one thing is does the game just run? Like, are there a shitload of bugs, game-breaking bugs? Like, that really matters. Like, New World had a ton of them at the launch that got pooped on, right? The second thing would be the availability of content. Like, that's really important. Like, what type of content is there to do? Is there a fleshed out end game? Is there engaging activities to interact with? And then the third thing that I would say is, does the gearing progression feel fair? Is it enjoyable? The fourth one's going to be monetization. And then for some people, the fifth would be combat, right? Like, all of those things I think are really important. You can mix those around in any order. Like, some people might prior the monetization over anything else, but just those are the most important things. I don't think PvP, obviously PvP is a great activity and like I enjoy it, but it's not something that needs to be in the game. I think it should never be the focus for a lot of MMOs, because most MMOs that hinge on PvP, they just don't do well. You know, they just don't. I'm not saying there isn't an audience for it. There certainly is an audience for it, but it's not the focus, right? Like, you can't just focus on that. You could have it. Like, you could definitely have it and include it. And if it's optional, people will enjoy it. But if you make it mandatory, or you're hyper fixation on it, or it's the main focus, people won't like that. So yeah, it's a good video. I mean, I agree with a lot of what he said. I get excited about any MMO in general for sure. But again, I would just say, like, what we got the trial is super limited, you know, like a lot of all these things are just being based on like a very limited, a lot of this shit just hinges on the game being good, right? But nobody knows the answer to that, even if the people that played it, you know, like I can answer like some general, I'll make a review on it at some point and I can tell you those things, but it's, I can answer like, hey, did the game run well? Was the combat fun? Were the classes cool? you know, just like all those types of things. What was the gearing like? All those things, right? But you can't really answer like, is the game good? Like that's just crazy. Would you ever take, like, how is that any different than like an IGN review? I'm gonna give the game a 10 out of 10. Like what? Like, you know what I mean? Like it doesn't make any sense. Like an IGN review plays the game for an hour and then, yeah, can't actually do that. Didn't you give Diablo 4 an 8 out of 10? I did not give Diablo 4 an 8 out of 10. I think it's a review of it. I still remember that video. My Diablo 4 video at the time when I made it was so accurate because I sat there and I grinded out. I said, there is no end game in this game. That's what I said. And then people were like, yeah, of course, some sweat that rush to the end game says there's no end game. And I said, yeah, the beginning of the game is very fun. The end of the game is not very good. And it was exactly what it was. It was absolutely what it was. I'm like, hey, when you get here, you're going to realize there is nothing to do. And that's what there was. Give us a rating out of 10. Okay, I can't give you a rating. I can just say that I'm definitely way more confident in Chrono Odyssey than I am in Ashes of Creation. That's without being a dickhead about Ashes of Creation. I can say that I'm definitely way more confident in Chrono Odyssey than I am in Ashes of Creation. I'll be honest. Okay, like I can't give you a rating and shit, but I'm definitely way more confident in that. Ashes of Creation is crazy. It's crazy. I mean, you asked me, so I gave you an answer. Guys, I'll keep it real. Like I really will. I think I'll give you a very fair, honest answer. I can guarantee you that. I think you guys are going to have fun. I really do. I think a lot of you will have fun. I expect them to get a lot of feedback. I expect them to have things that they need to make adjustments on, change. Like I think it's going to happen for sure. But I think a lot of you will have a lot of fun. You're like, oh, I bet you I'm going to, you know, someone's like, oh, like L5, like when it comes out, you guys are going to do, it's how it always is. It never changes. It never changes, guys. It's always the same thing. Like it's always the same shit. You're going to play and be like, oh shit, like this is the new, oh, wait, Vagaries card's up. Let me go get that shit. It's how it always is. Like, it's just, the cycle is the same, unfortunately, you know, like it's just true. Like people will play it. They'll be very excited. I expect them to people will have a lot of fun. They'll enjoy it. They're going to give a lot of feedback about things that they want them to change. See, maybe for your own personal reasons or whatever. You know, that's the point of a beta test. That's what the guy said. Like, he's like, we're not giving you a polished product here. We're giving you things that we want feedback on. But like, yeah, I have way more confidence in this game than this game could easily release this year. But that is saying that they have other stuff in the other stuff. Like, I don't know like what the end game is.